I don't know. I was trying to think of like of a good reason to put it on. Like, why would I put it on?
You can put it on when we review my match next until Danny decides to finally send us her video.
Maybe. Jesus Christ, dude. Just like, I'll message her. I wonder what she's doing. She's just like going to the beach and shit instead of sending us her video.
Hey, I'm recording right now.
Send us your video, Danny.
Hey, stop going to the beach and send us your video first, and then go to the beach after and enjoy the sunshine. But send us your video, please. John's been literally bugging me this entire time. He's got a giraffe outfit that he wants to wear. If you guys caught the beginning of the video, he said he would wear it, but he needs a good excuse.
The giraffe onesie, not a giraffe outfit. I don't know what a giraffe outfit is.
I don't even know if that's any better, a giraffe onesie. You sleep in that every night?
No, Megan and I have matching onesies.
It's actually, I'm not going to make fun of you for that now. It's really cute. I wish me and Amanda had matching onesies. Whose idea was that? Was that yours?
Papa specifically said nothing on Facebook. Blanca just made a post.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Can you stop this real quick, Anthony?
Yeah. Hey guys, sorry about that. We had to pause the video because John decided he doesn't want to wear his giraffe uniform, but he wants to wear a hat. So we're over here waiting for him. So don't mind if I keep myself entertained.
Also, what are the chances we're drinking the same Truly?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't plan this at all.
That wasn't planned. Pineapple flavor. Might be the best flavor.
Dude, we have so much in common, Anthony.
Except for the giraffe onesie. But I'm going to one-up you on that. I'm going to get on Amazon after this and find something.
All right. I mean, if you wear a giraffe onesie, I'll wear my giraffe onesie. Like, if you wear one on this video, I'll definitely.
I'm not getting a matching onesie with you.
It doesn't have to be matching. It can just be a onesie.
Bro, I'm getting a tiger onesie, all right?
Like a Tiger King onesie?
Uh-huh.
Does Amanda know about this?
Dude, she is the tiger queen.
All right.
All right, guys, so we are live, and we are reviewing Jonathan Yu video.
Also, Danny, send us your video.
I think we covered that, but yeah, got it again. Get on it, Danny. Also waiting for Paul.
Wait, so the first part is also going to be included in this as well?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right, I'm playing the video. Can you guys see?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay.
So they filmed this, but they didn't post the video.
Yeah. So I immediately knew this guy was a wrestler. So I decided to run at him, which wasn't the smartest thing in the world. But sometimes I do this just to bait kind of like a double leg or a single leg to try to catch with a quick guillotine. I didn't even get close to guillotine, but I did catch his, I underhooked his right arm with my left arm. I was able to kind of stuff the double leg from here. Anthony, you're muted, by the way.
So I'm going to put my hand up whenever I want you to pause. Okay. Don't bait a wrestler. You can bait wrestlers that were like JV level and maybe they were varsity, but like they weren't very good. But man, if you run into like the wrong wrestler and you bait them, you trouble.
Yeah, and I don't actually know whether he was actually a wrestler. I think I just saw some of his matches and saw that he had some good takedowns or something. So I just assumed he was a wrestler.
Yeah, don't assume that. Wrestling is a very it's a very elite level. You call yourself. You know what? A quick little backstory. My wrestling coach when I was a kid. Hopefully this won't make the video very long. I won freestyle in Greco State, and I called him. I was so excited. And I go, hey, Coach Valentin, I just won freestyle in Greco State. He goes, okay. Pause. Now you're a wrestler. And hangs up the phone. Wasn't like nothing more than that. This is like, he's a lot nicer now, but this is a very extreme Russian wrestling coach who's now coaching the Olympic team, Olympic athletes in Columbia University. So, yeah.
So this guy didn't take me down, so he's clearly not a wrestler then.
I don't know. You got pretty good defense, though. I mean, you're like a cat.
Yeah. Wrestling with you has definitely improved my wrestling, what little wrestling I do have, which is fun. But it's fun because I also have 40 pounds on you. So, like, I can get away with a lot more. Because, like, if you're my weight, like, I wouldn't be able to do much wrestling-wise. So it's nice being, like, I can get away with a little. It evens out a little more.
Yeah, and you keep trying to create more and more of a weight spread with your gains. John ate his second dinner tonight, guys. His second. That's why it's a little late. We were supposed to meet at 10. He was still eating. Just about 25 minutes past 10, and here we are.
You know what? You're actually joking, but that was actually my second dinner. So
I know these things.
I'm not gonna argue that. So I was able to stuff that with the underhook there. And what I'm trying to go for is this kind of like, I'm trying to get control of his collar and sleeve and do like a drag type thing. So I'm looking for those grips. I'm looking to break his collar grip on me while I have one, and then I'm going to go for it. And I go for it here, and it's actually really bad. I need to drill this a lot more, but right here, I kind of like pull guard, and as soon as I pull guard, let's see. I'll try to slow it down. Right here. So I'm able to kind of sit and try to trip his far leg, get him to post. I wasn't able to cross this left arm and make it post here, so he's now kind of posting on my chest. But I do have a really solid like single leg on him, or like, I don't know what you call it, leg hug around his right leg. And so I'm going to use this. I'm going to post with this right arm and create some separation here, and I'm going to sit up with the leg. Here, I'm going to come up with the leg. I'm pushing him away with that right arm. I'm stiff arming him away, and then I'm just going to wrestle from here. And I kind of use this to finish the single leg.
Yeah, that was a nice. I think the finish was much nicer than the setup.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was a legit way to finish. I think the setup. I think you got to do a better job when you pull in guard instead of falling to your back. Most of us, man, like Sonny Siegel, man, if you pull guard and you fall to your back on a single leg, you're probably not getting back up. You'd be like a turtle. Even me,
So,
I'm not going to be.
I don't know if you consider that a guard pull, but that would have been my first guard pull in competition. So
Yeah,
little sloppy.
I mean, it worked. So against the wrestler.
So I get my 2. Right now, I actually felt like a lot of danger with the butterfly hook. I didn't want to just stand up because I'm afraid that he's just going to get underneath me, or so I'm really trying to keep my weight back and stand up kind of in a cautious way with grips first. He tried something on my arm there. I didn't really feel anything. His grips were really strong. I tried a terrible smash pass right there.
Why is your arm there? Why is your hand grabbing his collar?
I don't know. I think I'm trying to create separation. I'm trying to like post on him, and then he has this grip on the elbow. So I'm just trying to get away from him at this point and get my grips on the like. I like grips on like pant legs here. Del Hiva.
I missed this earlier. Go back. Yeah. So in the very beginning, guys, when I, asked John why he had his hand there, John made a good point. He's trying to create separation, but if you're going to create separation, it should be an open hand that you can always retract back to yourself. I rolled with June. I don't know how many times that he caught me in the same freaking arm lock with just my hand being straight on his chest, and he's trapped my shoulder and elbow and just tweaked. And it's like the quickest, lamest, most effective tap. So don't grab that collar. But with that being said, when you're in this position and John's got that collar, there's a really nice pass from here. I'm actually going to take a note down, and I'm going to create a little technique video, and then I'll let John break it down, because I think you'll really like it. It takes away the guy's power, the type of guard that he goes into when you have that collar grip and you're able to pull them to you. I think you really like the technique.
Okay, cool.
That's good. I needed something new to record.
So here, I'm trying to get into De La Riva, and he kind of puts me there, and then I go to like it's not even a knee slide. That's one of the things that I really want to get better at is knee slides. I pour Riando so much that I like having knee slide technique, really. So Larissa was yelling at me because I clearly don't have my knee on the mat. He has a really strong, like I don't know what you collar. It's almost like choking. If I push into him, it's like choking me. So I'm trying to fight that. And right as I start adjusting and breaking the collar, he's this leg. I'm gonna stop putting forward pressure and give him just take this leg out and put it out here. And once he's here now, the knee slide's gone, and I have to kind of reset. So here again, I'm just trying to get to like this De La Riva position because I feel really comfortable kind of working my attacks from this leg underneath, my crotch, and then pushing down on this De La Riva. Now as soon as I get underneath or his foot underneath me, he sits up. So when he sits up, I immediately frame on him to make sure he doesn't kind of come up on a single. I got to put pressure in him with my knee. Anthony was talking about the pass where I can kind of, take this leg and kind of windshield wiper out to this side and throw my hip to the ground here and kind of get into like what do you even call that pass? It's not a long step pass. It's kind of like a,
yeah. So what John's talking about is when you windshield wiper your bottom foot and you windshield it over to your opponent's left hip. And so what I like to do in this position is I have the collar, the gi, or any part, and I'm stiff arming that. I'm going to drive my knee forward. Left leg's going to do a back step, but my right knee is going to drive into the chest, heel to butt, and then just like a quick little, it's like a step over pass, I guess you would say, like a windshield wiper step over pass with that.
It's like entering, like when you hit it right, you end up with like knee on belly, with your right leg. Opposite like knee on belly. But yeah, you can use that to scramble into like a side control position, and it's super quick and effective at kind of like when you hit it right away. I think that's the thing is like you got to hit it right away. Mm-hmm. And I felt like he had too much connection on the back of my heel for me to like hit that. I felt like.
Does he have your lapel here?
He might.
Because that would.
I think he just sat up. I think he might be trying to feed it, but he just sat up.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to smash past this knee, right? So I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna drop my body weight and try to smash this right leg of his and get it kind of flat to the ground. And I needed to put more weight. I didn't commit all the way. I kind of like went down, but I really need to fold him and put my hips on this side and really collapse his legs and make them point the opposite direction. And I really did. And he did a really good job of staying strong here and pulling this knee back out. But as he pulled the knee out, so we'll go back here. So as he pulls the knee out and he's not letting his knee get collapsed, so he starts framing it out. So as soon as he starts pulling it out, I'm going to change directions and go knee slide. So I'm going to shoot an underhook here. Sorry, guys. I'm going to shoot an underhook with my right hand and then knee slide here. And that's what I do here, and I get to this good position. And here I think maybe he already has the lapel fed or he starts feeding lapel, but he definitely has this lapel grip here. And again, I'm terrible at knee sliding, and that's one of the things I really need to get good at. I actually like being in this position more when he's got this locked above my knee. When he's just locked below the like kind of where my Achilles is, I should just be doing a traditional like heel to knee here, dropping my hip and kind of, kicking this foot out. but instead I have my head on this same side here where it should be on the other side. I should be putting a lot of weight here. Anthony was talking about using this hand to grab the pants even. And so there's just like,
Keep it
I
here.
was basically, yeah,
You can finish your sentence though.
I was just saying there's a lot. Like, I was basically trying a different pass, like finish, with the wrong setups, like with the wrong grips. Like I said, I like to do this type of Marcelo Garcia pass when he's above my knee, and what I'll do is I'll put this heel on the bottom leg and kick through, and it's really really strong at finishing from there. But not when he just has the ankle. When he has the ankle, I gotta kind of open this up with the heel to knee here or some other options that basically, like if you watch Lercio finish a knee slide pass, like that's what I should be doing in this position. And my whole body weight, like there's just a lot that's going on that's kind of incorrect here. But at least I know I'm kind of aware of that, and that's definitely something I want to go back to the drawing board once we get back and really touch up on and figure out.
Sorry, have a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Is this still paused?
Yeah, I just paused it.
Okay. So something I didn't catch the first time is the guy's got your lapel, and I feel like if you were to pass the way you were saying, it would almost help him come up on that single anyways, even though you have the underhook. Because that underhook, he's kind of right on top of your elbow. So if he can clamp that tight, he kind of takes away your underhook, the power in your underhook, where your underhook should be like a little bit higher up.
Yeah. I also think my underhook is so weak because my head is on the left side. Like if I were to fix it and put my weight here on top of his body more, I would be able to drive this elbow down into the ground, put my hand, basically get like a deeper underhook. Because like you said, right there, it is pretty weak. It's a pretty weak underhook, and I felt that too.
Yeah. I feel like you could create a little bit of space if you drive that knee into the center of the stomach. And it gives you the option to knee cut across to mount and bring your left knee close to his hip. Or it gives you the option to switch your head position to where your head comes up on the top part and your left hand scoops under and gets deep under the head, under the armpit. Since your right underhook's not being very utilized, or he's kind of isolating it with that lapel grip. So you can change the angle of the pass and sit more to your left side and then kick out that way. That way he can't sit up on that single leg.
Yeah, and honestly, this underhook, like I said, I can still finish. It's good to have. It's good to finish if I can finish it properly, and I'll go back to the drawing board on finishing that. But if I didn't have this, my like go-to is to take this leg and just switch to back step all the way to this side and then finish it from the other side. Like I'm super confident finishing when this like quarter guard when I back step and go to the other side and bring his hips over to the other side. Do you know what I mean?
This guy's got to be strong though to be keeping you in this position.
No, he was really strong. His grips were like really strong.
Yeah,
I didn't like it because this was the first time I went up in the weight class, and I wasn't like, I'm still not like completely settled in, but like I didn't like, at Feather, I felt like I was always like the strongest guy out there. I was like, I felt confident, and now.
There's an easy fix, right? Stop trying to go up in weight so it's easier when you go against me and making it harder for me, and just start going down so you can stop going against these bigger guys.
Dude, it's so easy when you're doing weight. Like. Okay, so I'll continue. So what Anthony was talking about was I do actually go knee to center of the chest here, and I start threatening prying my leg open with my other foot. So I bring both my feet in, and I'm trying to basically kind of like threaten a mount. And one of the things, I use this foot. Let's go back really quickly. So I use my left foot to pry open his leg here. And as I pull it out, he sees that I can potentially go to mount here. So he brings this left leg up here. So because I know he's going to potentially, try to catch my foot again as I go to mount, I actually kind of windshield wiper my leg to like a side control here. The problem is I think he does a really good job of fighting this, and I think I get it caught again, right? I get there, and I can't keep it. He has a really good grip here, pulling my knee, and he pulls this foot back out. I want this foot on the ground, inside control, right? I want this touching the floor, and unfortunately, I can't do that. And he gets it back in there, right? So again, I come back with that left foot, and I push his thigh, and I try to free my leg again, and I do a really good job this time. But instead, he bridges now, and because my weight is too far on this left side, my knee came in too far. My left arm isn't posted; it's holding underneath his arm. So I have no post on my left side, and so he uses this to bridge here, I think. Because again, I'm trying to windshield wiper this over and just land in side control here, and I get too far over here, right? So I think over here I could have probably and should have gone him out, but I was insisting on trying to get the side control, and he caught me, right, putting my weight too much over there, and then he bridges, and he completely just bridges me off of him, and he comes up into like a single leg position. I have this underhook, but I can't really keep it, and then he gets here. And I think I was actually able to just stuff this as much as I could. I didn't know the rule, so I know like if I go out of bounds, they just restart us.
Yeah.
There's no points. Okay.
No.
So I probably should have just let him kind of push me out of bounds. I tried circling in here just to continue fighting, but I probably should have just, because this is a really strong grip. I know it's hard to finish some people, but some people are really insistent on this. And like Bernard or Faria, when they get this grip, like they'll eventually take you down.
Yeah, the key here, guys, to break that grip. John's doing a very good job of keeping that leg away, but you want to win that head battle, and you want your head inside of their head, which makes it harder for them to switch to that single leg that they're
Right
really
here.
attacking. Yeah.
And right there, I win the battle there, and I get underneath his chin. I push him up, and then he starts to, lose this grip. He lets it go here.
But if you ever have the option to just the guy's putting pressure and you just don't flee the mat, but just inch your way out of the mat because the guy's putting pressure. Like don't intentionally angle yourself back in the mat when you don't need to. There's an out of bounds for. Just learn how to use the out of bounds.
Yeah, that's definitely like high level stuff. Is if you watch some of the top guys, like they're so aware of, they're kind of getting taken down, but they like allow it to happen out of bounds as opposed to fighting for it in bounds. And
that would be an advantage. You get taken down out of bounds, I think.
Yeah. But I think this tournament they don't do advantages, right?
No.
So here I pull guard in is pretty ugly guard pull. But again, Anthony's gonna talk so much crap right
That
here.
was the worst guard pull I've ever seen. Honestly, Lars, so if you're watching this, or if somebody could just skip to this video ahead to whatever this time is and show them how pitiful of a guard pull that was by Jonathan. Honestly, I think before promotions, he really needs to work on that guard, because that was, man, that one hurt. You know what? That one hurt. That's my
all part of the plan, right? So I got this knee underneath him. Okay.
He's gonna cut me off.
Because it's such a bad guard pull. Yeah, I thought you were done, dude. Because it's such a bad guard pull. Like people get excited and they try to like mount you when you just like kind of sit down like that. But as long as I have that knee on his chest, I feel somewhat comfortable. And I always use this to enter into one leg X. So he comes on top because I have this knee here, and then boom, one leg X. So I'm able to get to that. And then I pull both ankles, and I start to sweep him. Now he does a really good job of like basing, posting. So I'm scared that if I let his leg go, he's already in like a combat stand-up position where all he has to do is slide this right leg out here, and then I have to fight for a single again, right? And I don't want to do that. Like I have both legs, so I just want to like commit to it. So I knew there's a chance anytime you like have both hands down, you're at risk of triangles, guillotine, stuff like that with trying to finish takedowns like this or sweeps like this. So I'm not really sure what I should have done. If like maybe
You
like
should have done the same back step stand up. The leg that you want to control is the left leg. The right leg doesn't matter. No.
no, because if I just stick with this, he's just gonna come out here and I'm gonna be fighting a single leg.
No. So you have hit what I meant to say was you want to control his right leg because his right leg with his right hand posted, his right leg is the one that's going to backstep into that
Yeah.
stand up, not the left leg.
Okay.
And then your right leg should have windshield wipered backwards, kept that ankle, and stood straight up. He has to sit on his butt at that point.
Yeah.
There's the 3 points and the third point on the triangles where he's going to sit.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just wasn't confident enough to just to let go of this and finish with just the right leg.
That's not it. I know exactly what it was.
What?
Lauricio's coaching you. He probably closed his eyes and looked away at how bad of a guard pull that was, that you wanted to make him forget about the guard pull with a sweep right away. And
the guard pull is okay if you can sweep them within 4 seconds, right? That's the rule.
You have a better chance of making Professor forget of that you even pulled guard.
Yeah. So all Larry's thinking right now is what a beautiful sweep that's happening right here.
I wouldn't call it beautiful. It worked.
And so I come up, and as I come up, I think maybe I should have kept my head up more, or whatever, because it was I clearly remember risking the guillotine here, but I was like, oh, it's worth the sweep, which wasn't the smartest decision. But so he goes for the guillotine, and he shoots it really well. He sits up and pushes my head down and shoots it in as he falls. And again, I should have probably dove to the right side, but I'm focused on just creating separation from me and him, and making sure this shoulder doesn't stay above my if his shoulder stays glued and his head stays glued to me here, it's going to be not a good time. And so I'm focused on using this grip that I have on his back to create separation from him as much as I can. So if you watch my hands, I'm going to start just pushing him away as much as I can here. I'm trying to stay postured up. I'm trying not to go down, because he wants to come up on my back, and I'm trying to keep him away from, staying glued to my back like that. And so I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to push him away. I'm going to take this left hand and try to push against his shoulder to pull my head out here, and it pops out. And so we'll watch that whole sequence again. It didn't seem like, watching it over, it didn't seem that threatening, but I remember it was really tight. It kind of hurt my neck, because after this, dude, I got triangled in the next match. So my neck was just wrecked after this. Terrible.
You won.
So again, here, I don't know why I'm grabbing this. I feel like for some reason with his butterfly hooks, I felt like I didn't want to stand because I was scared to get underneath me too much. So once he starts getting here, then I feel more comfortable. I break the grip, stuff the De La Riva. So that's a big thing that I wanted to mention too, is whenever he gets a De La Riva in me like this, I always stuff it with the opposite hand like that, because it allows me to step over and re-square with him. So this is a big thing that I see a lot of people doing, is they try to turn the knee out, they try to do all sorts of stuff. All I do is push this foot down like that, and now it allows me to square up with him. Now I can just turn and square up. Again, the knee slide's terrible.
Go back to that. Go back to after the sweep.
Okay.
I put my hat on the right way because I'm going to get a little more serious this time because I saw some stuff. Keep going. Before the hand fighting. Yeah, from here. Yeah, okay. You can play it. So right away, I would want that knee to try to get in the center of the body. Even while you're pushing the guy away, you still, I feel like, had some room to try to get that knee up in the middle. And then from here, pause there. Your right hand's messing around with that collar grip. Where your right hand should go is it should be open palmed, and you should bring your elbow, try to get it inside of his knee.
Okay.
Yeah. If you can't and you can posture up, then you start grabbing on the outside of the knee or the inside of the knee. And then left hand is pushing that other knee down. Play some
Okay.
more. Pause. You see how you put your hand on the mat? Yeah, now pause right there. So your right hand now is in the perfect spot to be grabbing on the outside of that leg. And I think, can't tell where his right leg is, but your right hand should definitely be closed. See, I went back to the collar. Your right leg should be closed on the outside of his pant grip or on the outside of the knee of his pant grip, so that you're setting up you're really just setting up your grips. Because this right now, this guy, that entire exchange is moving wherever he wants. And I believe, yeah, you do have his, you had his right leg trapped that entire time too. So you could have literally backed up and done your leg drag pass.
Yeah.
But
definitely, I felt like I wasn't
definitely
making my pan grips because, like, in the gym, once I get pan grips, I feel like I can just pass, and like I never made them in this tournament for whatever reason.
This guy was definitely winning, at least in that scenario. He was moving way too freely for somebody wearing a gi, and you being able to, should be really making your grips also instead of just pushing and then like pulling the collar grip.
Yeah.
Because you're a really good passer when you're on your feet and tall.
Yeah.
And this
here he tries to off balance sweep me. Whenever this happens, I usually try to just like shoot myself as far away as possible. Like I try to go with it and just like scramble. So he shoots me here, and as long as I can just like clear my legs and back out and post with the left hand there, I feel like I'm okay.
Go back.
Especially with this right hand collar grip, right? If I can just scramble away from him and maintain that right hand collar grip on him, I can just post on him and create distance.
Go back to that again. I know what you did there. So it's going to be kind of hard to see it, guys, and you might need to figure out how to do it slow motion for you guys. But so right now, John's opponent has a right leg de la Riva, and when John goes with it, he shoots himself over, but at the same time, he's also turning his knee outwards to clear that de la Riva while the guy's sweeping. It's kind of hard for the guy to maintain a really tight de la Riva when he's sweeping you over the head. And John with his left knee is going to slide that left knee over the top of the guy's leg and then regain his balance right away. Or at least that's what I thought you did.
Yeah. It's just a scramble.
Yeah.
He shoots a double. I have the whizzer, but I didn't feel comfortable with it. And we were talking, Anthony and we were talking earlier, and I think this was one of the biggest mistakes that I made in the match was he shoots. I obviously didn't defend that well, but I get a whizzer here, and I didn't feel comfortable. Like I don't defend takedowns too much with whizzers. And so when he gets here, I probably should have just fought again. Let him push me out of bounds. Just trust in the wizard that he can't get to my back. But instead, I felt like, I don't want to have him take my back and be down. I think he could have won the match if he took my back. So I didn't want to deal with that. So I was like, I'll just concede the 2 and just make sure he doesn't pass my guard, and I'll win off of the points that I was up. And so that's why when he comes around, I just sit down and just decide I'm not going to, risk back takes, whatever. I'm just going to play my guard, trust my guard here. So he gets into a really good smash pass. He probably should have capitalized more on this, but I'm able to get this knee, pull it up and out.
I really like how you do that. I think if you can play that again for people just to watch, I'm not even going to talk about it because it's a really effective way of how you recover guard, utilizing that.
Yeah, so I think I made a grip on his pants, and I have like just gi material. I'm just grabbing, right? And what I want to do is I want this knee to be in front of him here, in front of his shoulder, closer to my chest, in front of my face. Anytime he's able to get in between my head and this knee by smashing it down, I'm going to be in trouble. So what I do is I elevate I use this to elevate him and then push him away. And as I push, I'm able to kind of pull this knee upwards and get it away from kind of the smash pass. So like I said, this is a terrible position that I'm in, but I'm able to kind of invert here, push, and lift him here. And I'm lifting with this arm, with this hand, and then with this knee. And I'm able to just lift him and put him right into Del Hiva. And he does a really good job. I've watched this so many times where he just kind of does like a Landrelow knee slide here where he pushes this knee down. And my hips should be further over here, angled against him so that when he's knee cutting, I can defend it. If my hips are here flat, I'm going to lose the battle because he's going to just create an explosion here. And that's what he does. He knee slides, and I just go for a like deep half or whatever. Just I knew there was like 20 seconds on the clock, and I was like, I'm just gonna stall out from here, which is what happens.
Get the W.
Ugly, but got the job done.
You almost made it through this entire thing without saying anything about Leandro Lowe.
I tried really hard not to say it a few times because he's really good at playing the outer bounds. He's the best at it. I watched like a lot of his film recently.
It's not necessarily something that you want to be known as like the best at. It's like, oh, this guy's really good at defending his back.
Well, he's the best at so many things. That's one of like a ton of stuff that he's good at. Toriano passing, sweeping, his double leg.
Damn, dude, I thought we were going to get out of this video without the Leandro Lowe love fest going on. Oh man, do any of you guys love Leandro Lowe as much as John? I really want to know.
No.
I like Leandro Lowe. I used to watch Leandro Lowe, not Leandro Lowe now, but more Leandro Lowe then when he was probably about 170 pounds, not 220, 230. So like when Leandro Lowe was a lot smaller, that's when I used to like watch him. I've never seen anybody pull guard so quickly, and a lot of his skill sets. Technique was like really sharp, and I feel like as he's gone up in weight class, he's still very good, and part of it's probably because he gets tired as the matches go on, or the more matches he has. But when Leandro Lowe was smaller, I was a huge fan and avid studier. But I don't name drop his name half as much as, maybe not even a tenth as much as John does.
You like Leandro Lowe before everyone else did?
No, Leandro Lowe was like extremely well-known fighter. If you guys want to watch a solid match, watch Leandro Lowe versus Lucas Lepri. I don't even think that promotion's around anymore. It was like a Brazilian promotion. I'll post a link. It's a really good match. Leandro Lowe is one of the best technicians, and Lucas Lepri is a ridiculously good technician. This was Leandro Lowe, and his technique, in my opinion, was on point. Not so much as much now, but he's got the muscle to back it up, and I'm not going to tell him that. So don't show Leandro Lowe this video, John.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate that.
I'll tell him.
Yeah.
You can visit our school.
Yeah. Well, guys, let us know what you think about John's match, whether or not this guy was a wrestler or not, and how many of you guys like to drink pineapple Trulies also.
What a coincidence.
I think I'm going to go get another one.
Yeah, this is my second one, so. But yeah, let's get some brown belt requests, dude, for some reviews. We've had a lot of lower belts. The lower belts are so much easier, though, because it's usually such simple, like it's like a grip or, this like big piece that would just make such a big difference in the match. It's just like really simple to correct, that's like one of the coolest parts of jiu-jitsu is you can see like improvement in real time. Like if you just, make this grip, you'll like make the grip, and then you can see how it makes you so much stronger. The leverage increases, or it, prevents this. And Super cool. But yeah, definitely kind of the theme behind this match when I watch it is definitely the knee sliding stuff that I need to get better at. Because if you think about it, like that quarter guard that I was in, if I would have passed there, I would have been up 5-0. I would have been in side control. I trust like my submissions in side control, and it could have been a way different match as opposed to me having to stall out at the end and being super tired, getting taken down. So sometimes, like in jiu-jitsu, like small little things can make like a huge exponential compounding difference within the match, and being able to finish stuff when you're in good positions. And obviously, I let that get away from me, that knee slide position. So that's something I've been saying for a while that I want to get used to or get good at and put in the time to work. So come reopening, that's definitely what I'll be working on.
Yay, more knee cuts. Catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah, see you guys.